Alright YouTube, so we finally got a gameplay trailer for Red Dead Redemption 2. Now I believe I broke down every trailer so far for Red Dead Redemption 2, but I want to do it a little bit differently. Usually we like stop and pause and look at every scene and discuss shit, and I don't think we need to do that this time. Instead, this time I just watched the trailer, took notes on everything that I found interesting, and we're just going to go over it kind of quickly so it's not a really long video. So for starters, they described the world of RDR2 as more interactive and detailed than ever. I think that's pretty obvious. This is Rockstar's first game on this generation of console, so we expect it to be a vastly more detailed world than, say, Red Dead Redemption or GTA 5. They also described the terrain of the world as harsh mountain trails, dense forests, untamed swamplands, sweeping deserts, rugged livestock towns, modernizing cities, and much more. So for starters, that all sounds like everything from Red Dead Redemption, which would kind of allude to that original map leak that we seen a while back that said that we'd play the original map and of course the new area in this game, because we had pretty much all those in the first Red Dead Redemption. When talking about the game, the narrator says each time they're forced to flee an area, the gang sets up a camp as a base, which tells me that we won't just have one solid camp, we'll be on the run constantly. We know we're on the run from the law, we learned that in one of the earlier trailers, so it'd be kind of cool that we're going to have like a mobile base instead of just one safe house in one area. When discussing the camp, the narrator says that all the gang members actually eat, sleep, perform their chores, you can play games with them, and they can share their stories with you, which I find pretty interesting. So, like, if you're kind of bored with just exploring the world, which sounds kind of crazy, I don't know why you would be, you can go back to the camp, and you can probably just hang out with the gang members. You can sit down and play poker with them, or maybe some of the other mini games that we had in Red Dead Redemption. You can sit down around a campfire, it looks like, and just have them tell you stories about their life, potentially. The narrator also says that as you play through the game, you'll get to know each and every gang member, which is pretty cool. We don't just have like nameless background NPCs. We'll probably have like quests or missions, whatever you want to call them, that we can do with each and every gang member. And potentially the gang members might all have their own story going on that you can help them with. Like maybe there's people that are bothering them in their life and you can go help take care of those people or whatever. You also have to help the camp with food and supplies, and they show Arthur Morgan carrying, like, obviously a dead deer on his shoulders into the camp so they can probably eat, but you can also hunt in the game, which is obviously what he's doing there, but you can sell those carcasses and the skins and meat and all that stuff like you could in the first Red Dead Redemption to make, cash. So you gotta decide, do I want to help my camp out, or do I want to put money in my pocket? Now, I haven't played the first Red Dead Redemption in probably a few years now, but I could have sworn there's a crafting system, but looking into it, there isn't, and they don't mention anything about a crafting system in this game, but I kind of wish there was. Like, you had to kill certain animals to be able to craft, like, better equipment for yourself, like maybe, bigger and better backpacks, saddles, whatever the case, so that you have the decision, do I want to use this animal that I killed, to help the camp out, to make my equipment better, or to sell and make money? I think that'd be pretty interesting. They also say that if you spend time with the gang members, it can reveal secrets, and they show some of the gang members looking over a map, possibly a treasure map, so maybe if you actually spend time helping out these gang members, you can actually find, like, treasure and stuff in the game, so that's kind of cool. So it's not just something you do to burn time, there's actually a reward at the end of it. You can also talk to NPCs on the game, so some of the examples they give is that you can, like, be riding by another person on a horse, and Arthur Morgan can be like, hey, nice horse there, essentially. Or you can, like, try to antagonize one of the tough guys in the town to get him to fight you, or if the town sheriff is, like, trying to obviously kill you or arrest you, you can talk your way out of that situation. So that'd be very interesting. It's very reminiscent of what you could do in San Andreas and GTA 5, where as you were either CJ or, one of the three protagonists, respectively, you could kind of talk shit and banter with the NPCs on the streets. So it seems like RDR2 will have actual choices in the game, because the narrator literally says that your actions have consequences, and they show like Arthur Morgan going by some guy who's clearly robbing somebody. You can choose to help them if you don't have to. Saving a guy from a bear trap. There's an NPC hanging on a cliff, so I'm assuming that we can probably either pull that guy up and help him, or maybe kick him off. So, for example, we might pull this guy up to save him from the edge of the cliff, and maybe he's good or bad. Maybe we'll see him later on, and he's actually a bad guy. He killed some people, and then you gotta take care of him. Or you maybe see him later on, he thanks you again for saving his life, and maybe he rewards you with like $1,000 or something. They say that the shooting and fighting in the game has been radically improved, which I think is pretty obvious by just watching some of the gameplay. You can do like combos, you can block, do takedowns, counterattacks. Now, the shooting looks pretty similar to me, but they say it's improved, and like every weapon is unique in some way, so that's kind of interesting. They talk about being able to build a bond with your horse as you ride around and use them for stuff, and that certain horses are better for certain activities or certain tasks like jobs. So they talk about work horses. They show horses pulling around like trailers of logs and stuff like that, carriages and things. And obviously racing will probably return as like an activity to do in the game, so obviously there'll be faster horses than others. Obviously, we already know that you can hunt in the game. You can, put the dead animal on the back of the horse, but you can also store stuff with the horse, like in saddlebags and things. So maybe certain horses are stronger than others. So you really have to, like, choose which horse you want to use for each situation. That's kind of cool. And that's pretty much everything I wrote down. We did learn, obviously, from this trailer that this is a part 1. I don't know when the second part's going to come out. I didn't see anything on the Rockstar Newswire about it. They don't say in the video. But the next video is supposed to cover the missions, the activities, the enemy gangs, robberies, sharpshooting, and, of course, a lot more. So if you'd like me to do a similar video with the next trailer, next gameplay trailer that we get for Red Dead Redemption 2, let me know with liking the video, and, of course, leaving a comment below. I am so beyond excited for this game. Again, it's Rockstar's first game on this generation of console. It's not a sequel, but it is another continuation of the Red Dead series, which is something that I've been waiting for almost a decade now. This game has been delayed for, by the time it comes out, a year. So it feels like we've been waiting for this game for a very long time now, and we're about to come up on a busy time of year for gaming. A lot of good games coming out. So let me know what you think below, guys. And if you want to enjoy the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Turn on notifications. Follow me on Twitter at TheDashingDavid. Add my Discord. Links to my social networks are in the description and in the outro. Later, guys.
Give me forever for a while, give me forever for a while. Quit acting like a baby, or at least less like a child. Give me serenity.